What's up guys, we're back with another installation video and today we have the OE sports grill for the WRX VB. This is a much needed upgrade for those that do not want the Forester style looking grill. This is one of the things on this car that just needs to be changed to ASAP. So we have two variations on our website. We have one which uses the OE badge and one that is completely flat. Today we'll be installing the one with the badge. This is the harder install of the two because you need to switch over the badge and the camera. That being said, should be very simple. This should take us about 10-15 minutes, so let's get this started. All right, so for the installation, you're going to need a 10mm socket. I've got both the impact gun and a ratchet to make my life easier. For those at home, you'll probably only have a ratchet, which is perfectly fine for this installation. I have a clip remover for the OEM bumper clips that we're going to be removing, and I have a Phillips head. This is just to switch over the badge and the camera, and that is pretty much all you need for this installation. So to run you through it quickly, we're just going to remove the factory bumper, take it off, remove the grill, replace it, and put it back on. Should be pretty quick. We'll get to it now. Okay, so first step is removing all the fastening hardware from the top. You'll have access to all of these here. It's just a combination of 10mm screws and bumper clips, which we're going to use clip remover tool. For those at home that I did forget to mention who don't have this funky looking tool, a flathead will do just fine. So we're going to use this one because we're cheaters, and I'm going to start by removing all the bumper clips. So let's do that first. Just for you guys at home, I'll do one example with a flathead. So just get it in there, wiggle that up. Now sometimes if the clip is a bit old, has a bit of dust in it and won't wiggle out, there are actually two insertion points which you can use. I recommend just wiggling it from this side, then moving it over and wiggling it from this side, so that way it's even and you don't snap the clip. Simply pull up and it should come out. So in clips total, we have 2 small boys and 3 of the larger ones. The larger ones were harder to get out, but other than that, they're not that hard to get out. Next, we'll move on to the 10mm screws. One. And there's 6 of those ones that you need to remove. That is pretty much it for the top side of the engine. We can remove this top piece here. This is just to hold that in place. I'm just going to pop that down here. Next step, get this car up and we can remove all the fastening hardware from beneath. So we'll go do that now. All right, so car's up in the air now. We're going to use our 2 trusty clip remover tool and our flathead to remove bumper clips that are just holding on under here. Then we're going to move on to the wheel well, which have 2 clips that just come out similar to what we did on the top of the engine. And then we should be able to wiggle off the bumper. So we'll go do that now. So a bit of rainwater there. I really hope it's rainwater or else this customer has a bigger issue than a front grille replacement, that's for sure. So for those that don't know, in Melbourne it is currently winter, so that would explain the rainwater. All right, now moving on to the wheel well, we're just going to remove this one, and that's the last of it. Removing the bumper is quite easy, it's just a tedious process. So that one will pop right out. There we go, so that's that one there. All right, so now I have Nathan to kindly help me remove the bar. So we're going to remove it from both sides, and we're going to have a bumper stand to make it easy, and we'll just remove, I believe it's the 2 headlight washers on one side, the fog light harnesses, and then it should be the camera. Now for those at home, quick warning, the camera cable in this is super short, so you don't want to be pulling the bar off too far. You want it to be pulled off just a little bit, have someone just reach in from the top and just unplug that one real quick. You don't want to be pulling that off. Before we're going to remove the bumper, there's a couple other things that I need to mention. Here, we tape off the headlights and just the front fenders here, so that when we're removing the bar, if there's any small nick, just won't scratch the paint or the headlight. Secondly, headlight washers. Those who are watching from America, you guys don't have these. In Australia, we do. We need to remove these in Australia before we take off the bar, because then it will just get stuck on the hose underneath. So I'll show you guys how to do that. First thing you do is pull this out. You get this little piece here. There should be a little clip just above here. What you do is you push that down and then you slide this out. See that? I was going to use my mouth, but that's kind of dirty. That's so funny. What in the Avengers is going on? Beautiful. So now the bar is off. And like I said before, the camera cable, if you want to come over here, is this one here. And as you can see, it is already so tight. There is no slack at all. So we definitely do not want to pull that off at all. So we're going to try and get behind it now and see if we can take that one off. So behind the bar, this cable has a clip attachment. So essentially that clip goes into the bar and the cable is stuck like that. So we're going to use our clip remover to get behind there and just pull that one off. So then we can generate some slack. So we'll do that now. All right, perfect. So now that the bumper has a little more slack, I'm going to remove with the Phillips head the 2 screws that are holding in the camera. That way we can take off the bar from the car. To quickly show you guys, the camera is taped to these pieces here. So if you just slowly remove the camera fitting, which is here, this tape here, along here, we can always reapply some new tape. So we've just slid that off of these little hangers, and then that gives it that extra slack there. So that's a good tip for you guys at home. But make sure that when we redo it, we'll obviously put those back on. Oh, and don't forget to remove the fog light harness, which is this one on both sides. You simply just push down on this tab and it will just pull out. So super easy there. Again, not a hard installation, just a tedious one, lots of steps. That's all right, we're getting there. So next step, remove the grille, switch it out for the new one, and back on the car we go. I'm going to remove the badge and then the grille. You can remove the grille and then the badge afterwards. There's no particular order is preferred, but I like to do it like this. That way I can drop the badge, transfer that to the new grille, and then remove this one, chuck it all in at the one time. So we'll do that way. And again, just 3 Phillip head screws, and that's pretty much it. 3. Now I've got my hand on the bottom side of this. You don't really need to be there. It's just there for security. But after you do that, you just pinch these 2. There's like a little lip on this, which you just get the badge off of. Pinch the 2 and then slide that one out. There you go. So that's the badge there. Badge just simply pops into this one here. This one we can actually start from the top here, go in, and then we can kind of push that one all the way in. And for all this stuff, we'll reuse the factory hardware. Nice and tight. The good thing is, and I didn't mention it earlier, is there's no camera hole, but that's okay. Cars in Australia, I'm not too sure about the rest of the world, but we have the option for the camera. So the higher spec models come with the front camera. This just comes with a cover plate. So because this car has a camera, we just remove this cover plate. For those that don't have a camera, you can skip this step. So it's, again, just a nice removal of some Phillip head screws. Wiggle this out, and there you go, there you have it, camera hole. So now we have a hole for the camera. 1, 2, 3 on each side, so that's 6 screws altogether. We'll remove those, and then we'll pop out these clips. Onto the final part of removing the grille. There are these push tabs that you just need to push out. It's a bit of a technique, but once you get one, they're super easy. So essentially you clamp down, you push from one side, and on my left hand, I'll be pulling from the other side. Push down, push on one side, pull, push down, pull. I'll continue on the top here. One out, yep, that one's out. Same with the bottom ones. One, last one. There we go, bang, money shot. Here we go, so the grille is out. Now we'll pop the new one back in. Adrian, the cameraman's actually gonna help. It's all right, I can tilt this down here to lock the bottom ones in so I can get it. Bang. All right, cool, I'm just gonna lay the bar down a bit. So, in go these tabs, in goes that tab, in goes that one. You hear the click, hear the click. So that's all in now. I'm gonna get those screws and pop them back in here. So you would have seen me use an impact gun earlier. I'm going to use a Phillips head for this one. And the reason I do that is because it's going back into the plastic now. So because we're going into it, last thing you want is for the impact to split the plastic. So it's always better to be a bit cautious, and then we can slowly tighten it from there. So one in. So now that the grille is positioned in the bumper, one thing that we're going to do now is transfer over these tabs here. This is, remember what we took off from the camera that we electrical tape to the plastic. So we're going to remove those. It's just a simple push in here, and then these should slide out. So now these ones just pop back into here. So our grills have nice OEM fittings to them. So you just put that back in. All right, cool. So now everything's fitted to the bumper. It's time to put the bumper back on. So we'll get that done and we'll show you the results in a second. Up. Thank you. Now that the grille is on and looking fantastic, that is pretty much it for the end of the video. If you like mods like this, be sure to click on our video below where we build an entire WRX VB. For now, I'll see you guys next time.